Nvidia had a very strong day today, and it looks like we're going to see a continued breakout, potentially up to $140 and $150 faster than I expected. Now, I currently have a position on Nvidia. You can see that I ended up taking a couple of trades today, some day trades on it. I closed about $10,000 in profit, but before the end of the day, when we started to have this pullback, I went through and I entered shares because I think that we're going to see price continue to break out. And what my plan is with this video is to kind of reset the charts and rebuild this out together. I think that this is going to help for anybody who is new to technical analysis and for anybody who already understands our thesis and our thought process behind why I think that we're going to have a bullish breakout on Nvidia. It's going to be a very, very good reminder. Now, the first thing that I want to focus on is going to be the daily chart. Normally, I'd zoom out with the weekly, but before we even throw indicators on this thing, I want you guys to get an understanding of what's going on with price action just with your eye. Now, the first thing that we want to focus on is going to be the overall trend and structure. And the way that we do this, is we build it out. I think a lot of the times people rely too heavily on indicators. I'm somebody who likes indicators, but you need to understand structure without any indicators first. Like I instantly look at this. I can understand that there's a bullish compression forming and that if we break over 130, this thing is going to run. But that's just simply because I've been doing this as long as I have. Now, the way that we come to terms with this is we take a horizontal ray tool. And the first thing I want you to focus on is just going to be swing low points. So we're going to mark off this swing low. We're going to mark off another swing low. We're going to mark off another low. And what I want you to do is continue to mark off all of these lows until we're finally up at our current price. So you're going to see the most recent low that we have was down at $116. And now as a very basic guide, if these lows are going up like rungs in a ladder, as we can see here with Nvidia, then that means price is in an uptrend, and it means that structure currently is bullish. If we were seeing these go down, making lower lows, that is a sign of a downtrend or bearish market structure. So the first thing to understand is that Nvidia is in an uptrend. That's good. That means that we can play the long side. Now, the other thing I want you to do is take your horizontal draw tool and draw the most recent highs. So we're not going to go all the way back here because these highs are already taken out. One of the things, or basically what I mean taken out, it means that price hasn't gone through it. So you can see that if we would have been trading like this, okay, well then this 195.50 area, that was a recent high. But obviously, if we go ahead and we play this out, we know that price eventually comes up and takes out that high. So once that high is taken out, it is no longer valid and we don't count that as a high. So if we go and look at current price action for Nvidia, you're going to see that our highest high would be up here at 140. We have another high here at 135. We have another high here at 130. So notice now that while we're making higher lows, that's bullish, we're actually making lower highs. So what this means is that while the trend is bullish and the trend is up, we are not in a strong bullish structure, we're actually compressing. Now, if we take a trend line and we attach these three bottoms, this is going to be our support trend line. If we take this resistance levels and we take a trend line from each one of these highs, you're going to notice that this is going to be our resistance level or our resistance trend line. Now, from this point, what we can do is just go through and remove all of these support levels because they don't matter to us at this current moment. What we want to focus on is what's happening above us, because old resistances are now going to become very strong take profit levels as we move through this area. So now that we know we're in a bullish trend, but because we're making lower highs, we're squeezing and we're compressing. In most cases, what will happen during a compression like this is price is going to squeeze within these levels, and then we are eventually going to break out to the upside. A very good example is looking at something like Tesla on a monthly chart right now. The same type of setup is currently occurring, just on a much larger time frame. And this is normally a sign that the continuation of that breakout is going to happen. So we know the trend is bullish, but we know that structure is showing these lower highs. So in order for us to shift from a structure of higher lows and lower highs into a breakout, we need to take out that high. So once we take out this high of $130, then structure has broken because we're no longer making lower highs and higher lows. We're now making higher lows and higher highs. This is where we will see most likely the move in Nvidia back up to $135. And I think that this move could happen within the next week, week and a half, unless price pulls back. But because we have a lot of strength, because we have this AI event that's happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and because the weekly chart is showing a ton of bullish pressure, I think that this initial move is going to happen first. So now let's zoom out to the weekly chart to get an idea of what's happening on this macro time frame. You're going to see the same exact setup, obviously, but the main thing I want you to focus on is the weekly BX trender, which is the indicator at the bottom of your screen. This indicator is focusing on buy, sell pressure. We don't want to be buying a stock if there's money coming out of it. If we're making lower highs into lower lows, this is a key sign that money is not coming into the stock and that it's probably going to continue to pull back. What we want to see is bullish accumulation, which is indicated by higher lows on this BX trender into higher highs. So judging by this, I do think that Nvidia is going to end up at around $140 to $150 by the end of December. And I think that 140 could potentially happen by the end of this month, maybe within the next couple of weeks. It just highly depends on what happens during the rest of this event. But just looking at the buying patterns in the options market, it seems like they're still very, very bullish on chips. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to trade alongside of me each and every single day, get access to all of my real-time alerts, private live streams, as well as a trading community of over 800 other traders using the same exact strategy that you see here each and every single day. If you want to join the team, you can use the link in the description to join the private mentorship group. If you don't feel like you're quite ready for that, then take advantage of all of the free courses that we have on our website. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you next time.